Every week, the program Sports Nation introduces you to the main events of Kazakhstan and world sports. We cover large tournaments, find outstanding heroes, and open doors to the best sports arenas in the country. In today's program, we'll visit the Water Sports Center in Astana. We will talk with the head coach of the ice hockey club, Barys, Andrei Skabelko. We'll also find out how swimming is developing in the country. The romanticism of water sports, swimming, rowing, jumping in the water, only gaining popularity in Kazakhstan. And this is one of the schools where people are taught to live in harmony with water. Astana Sports School Tolkien, one of the few schools in the country which trains kayaks and canoeist rowers. They often seen along the Joly River in the very center of the capital. Once this school was opened in 2001, water sports have received a new impetus of development. The area of this building is almost 1,500 square meters. It has a large gym, a room for storing sports boats, and a rowing bath. There are only 2 of them in Kazakhstan. It is here where oar rowers learn their first skills.
We are in a rowing bath for training rowing. You see, there is also paddle and a water. Sportsmen learn their first unique skills in the rowing bath. We have only 2 of them in the country, in Temirtau and here. And here you do not need special strength. Here, a delicate, soft, sensitive work of hands is required.
All athletes train in this room. Rowers perfect the technique on power trainers. Jumpers in the water in the preparation process use a trampoline. 28 coaches work at the school. Their task is to raise the best, at least in the country, swimmers and oarsmen.
Our school is one of the leading in Kazakhstan. We are one of the best in the country in swimming and rowing, as well as jumps in water. It is not that far behind and occupies a leading position. We have very interesting types of sports. Academic rowing has just started to develop. We attract the maximum number of children who work with general education schools.
Привлекаем максимальное количество детей, работаем с общеобразовательными школами.
Swimmers, together with jumpers in the water, spend their time in the nearby sports palace Alatau, because there is a swimming pool and there isn't one at the sports school Tolkien. Rowers and kayakers can often be found on the Joly River, although their preparation process is not only on oar and a boat.
Мы бегаем кроссы, мы плаваем в бассейне.
We run a lot, swim in the pool, we work a lot with the barbell. Sports games are included, because coordination is very important. Rowing develops 95% of all muscles. Our legs and back are working very well. This is such a sport where you need to have all the qualities: strength, agility, flexibility, and quickness.
Как сила, гибкость, ловкость, и быстрота и так далее.
Если спортсмен показал хороший результат.
If an athlete has shown good results, if we see his potential, then of course we send him to the training camp. In winter, rowers train in Tashkent or in Issyk, and in the summer they train here. Young children on the rowing channel.
Дети на гребном канале Tolkien.
For 17-year-old history of the sports school, several generations of the country champions have grown here. If in Asia Kazakhstan is in the leading positions in rowing, then in the world there's quite different competition. And these sportsmen have something to prove. The school management is sure that someday the Olympic champion will grow up within these walls. Next on Sports Nation, the head coach of Barys, Andrei Skabelko, will talk about the departure of DOS and the future for the team's old-timers. The flagship of the Kazakh hockey, Barys, is in reboot after the unsuccessful season. In the current off-season, the management of the club was replaced. Brandon Bachansky announced about his return. He finished his career last year. The Belarusian specialist Andrei Skabelko became the head coach. We'll find out what to expect from Barys players in the new season from the head coach himself. Andrei Vladimirovich, we're glad to welcome you in Astana. Thank you. How did the acquaintance go with the city and with the team?
Отлично, отлично. Приехали мы 30 числа.
Excellent. We arrived at the end of the month. We met with colleagues and guys from the team, including young players. There were 22 people. Everything is working as it did before.
Поближе. пока все в штатном режиме.
Barys failed last season. According to media reports, there were conflicts within the team. The fans were dissatisfied with what was happening and even signed petitions. Knowing this, how did you receive the offer to take over the team?
Ну, вы знаете, начнем, наверное, с того, что Барыс — это команда, скажем так, с большими уже традициями, да, с очень серьезной инфраструктурой.
Let's start. Perhaps with the fact that Barys is a team with great traditions, with a very serious infrastructure and great opportunities. There is an opportunity to invite good players. There are young players who play in the Championship of Kazakhstan. The best players with the Kazakhstan passport are here. Of course, this challenge is interesting to me, especially because from this season Barys is reformatted.
Он еще интересен тем, что, по сути, Барыс, наверное, с этого сезона, скажем так, переформатируется, да, как правильно сказать.
The leaders who have long determined the game of the team are gone. Those left. Boyd had left a little earlier. This is an interesting moment. The team is almost rebuilt.
Бойд раньше ушел, ну, то есть легионеры практически все, да. Поэтому, ну, наверное, это интересный момент такой, да, то есть команда практически строится заново.
That is, you have a carte blanche to influence the building of a new team.
Ну, можно и так сказать.
I guess it is a carte blanche. When we negotiated with the management, we talked about it too.
Что вы скажете о новичках команды?
What would you say about the team's newcomers? I can talk about Andrei Peterson, with whom I worked last season in the avant-garde. I was the one who was behind his invitation to Barys. He's a master who knows how to score, and he scores a lot.
Про остальных новичков, наверное, пока рано говорить. Мы с ними только познакомились в раздевалке.
It is too early to say about the other newcomers. We met with them in the locker room. Now we start our work. We determine the potential of the team, we look at the problem areas, and in connection with this, we work with players. We are looking for players we can invite.
Для формирования боевого состава.
Brandon Bachansky returned to the team. Whether he will get the captain's armband and a 27th number back.
Ну, про 27-й номер я не могу сказать, мне это меньше всего интересно, а то, что касается капитанства, ну, я думаю, что мы по ходу предсезонного...
I can't say anything about the 27th number. This is the last interesting thing for me. As for the captain's armband, we'll decide this question, who will be the captain during the season. Brandon is the leader in the locker room and on the ice. We met with him. We talked, we heard what I want for the team, about how the team will be built, and what kind of hockey we will play. We looked at him playing. He's in great shape. He was present when young players passed the standards. He tried to pass 2 of them, and he was the best. This was not about running tests, it was about power tests. Therefore, neither I nor the team leaders have no doubts about his form and benefit to the team.
Это не касалось беговых тестов, это касалось силовых тестов. То есть, поэтому больших сомнений, если честно, в его форме и в его полезности команды ни у меня, ни у руководителей не осталось.
What would be the system of Barys' game in the new season?
Это будет, конечно, хоккей, скажем так, командный, да, это то, что я уже говорил, то, что хоккей, который нравится мне и который, я думаю, что
It will be team hockey. Hockey which fans and I like. An aggressive game, when 5 people play in the offense, 5 people play in the defense. First of all, there must be a team that will go out and fight in every game, in every moment. First of all, it will be necessary to decide on the combinations, to play the first tournament, the President's Cup, and after that, it will be possible to talk in more detail about the style of the team and what kind of hockey it will play.
Первый турнир – это Кубок Президента. Ну, наверное, после этого уже можно будет более подробно говорить, да, о стиле команды, да, и о том, в какой хоккей она будет играть.
From last year's lineup, who exactly will remain in the updated team?
В принципе, это только отсутствие легионеров, которые, да, покинули, за исключением Дитса и Далмана. Ну, плюс еще Карлсон остался, да. И, наверное...
Almost everyone except the foreign players who left the team. Dietz, Dalman, and Carlson will stay. Pushkarov did not accept the club's offer to extend the contract. Talgat Jailaov is now with us at the training camp. He had health problems. He was rehabilitated, and now he's recovered. I talked with him. He decided to go to the training camp, then we'll see. All the young players who were with us last year are at the training camp.
Изъявил желание пройти сбор, а там уже принимать решения по дальнейшему. А в принципе все молодые ребята, которые были в прошлом году, они находятся сейчас на сборе.
Including Demir Ruspayev. Yes, including him. How do you intend to use him? I cannot tell you about this yet, but you know about his fighting qualities. Yes, I know about his fighting qualities, but here you need to understand that he had lifelong disqualification. It was removed. It is these fighting qualities that will be difficult for him to demonstrate. Any incident will result in punishment.
В игровых аспектах, но еще раз говорю, мы сейчас работаем.
We're now working on his playing aspect. Demir wants to play in a team. We'll see whether we need him or not in August.
Про дальнейшее, еще раз говорю, это мы определим ближе уже в августе месяце.
What kind of goals were set in front of you for the club and the national team of Kazakhstan? The first is the formation of an efficient team, getting into the playoffs. And it is clear to everyone that holding the World Championship in Astana, there cannot be any other tasks than entering Group A. Isn't it difficult to combine work in the club and the national team?
У меня уже был такой опыт, да? У меня был опыт сборной Беларуси.
I already had such experience in a national team of Belarus. I will not say that I had difficulties.
У меня лично, как у тренера, были сложности.
Team of Kazakhstan didn't make happy its fans for a long time. It unsuccessfully performs at the World Championships in its division. It cannot qualify for the Olympic Games. Is this really our level?
Имея таких игроков в составе, я думаю, что стабильно находиться в группе А, сборная Казахстана, наверное, должна.
Having such players in the team, the Kazakhstan should be consistently in Group A. Given that at some point the team had naturalized players, Dalman, Boyd, Bachansky, and strong local hockey players, Jailov, Pushkarov, Starchenko. Perhaps, after all, the team deserves to be in Group A.
Были Пушкарев, там вот эти вот и Старченко, то есть и молодые ребята. Я думаю, что наверное, все-таки команда заслуживает быть по уровню мастерства в группе А.
Will there be an opportunity to invite those to the team, despite the fact that he left Barys? Personally, from my side, there will be no obstacles. I believe that the best player should be in the national team. If he has a passport, he spent a good season and wants to come to help, we will gladly welcome him. How good are conditions in Astana from the point of view of creating an efficient team and bringing up young hockey players?
Я думаю, что все условия есть. Если мы берем инфраструктуру всю, то я думаю, что здесь очень.
There are all conditions. As for the infrastructure, there are very good conditions here. Therefore, we refused from going to foreign training camps. We arrived, looked at all the amenities, and thought that it would be better to stay here. There are all conditions for fruitful work. Everything is there for the team. You do not need to ask for anything. The only thing left is hard work. As for the potential of young players, it is quite high. Many here can grow into strong players.
Просить ничего, тут все, как говорится, только работай. И то, что касается потенциала молодых игроков, я думаю, что он, в общем-то, достаточно высокий. Достаточно высокий. При должной работе многие здесь могут вырасти в хороших игроков.
What is the most memorable period in the Continental Hockey League?
Торпедо я был помощником. Это был первый опыт. Это, конечно, это ярко, и при том, что я работал.
In Torpedo, I was an assistant. It was a very bright period. I worked with Petr Skudra. He is bright and emotional. If we talk about the success of the work, then this is Siberia, when we managed to reach the Eastern Final and take the third place by the end of the season. It was a very interesting period. The situation was similar to the current situation in Barys. Many players changed after the season, and we had to rebuild the team. It was a good experience, and similar situation with Barys.
Менялось много игроков после сезона, и с каждым сезоном вынужденно приходилось как бы строить команду заново, да? То есть это тоже был хороший опыт, поэтому я говорю, что сейчас, наверное, ситуация где-то немножко похожа.
How difficult will it be to compensate for those absence from the team?
Для команды, скажем, пересмотреть свою роль в команде, да, для многих игроков, потому что когда у тебя есть такой хоккеист...
It is a moment for the team players to reconsider their role in the team. When there are such players as those, somehow the other guys leave the shadow and wait for the result from the foreign players. I would like to have a few lineups of 5 of the same level. If I can create a strong lineup of 5, then it will be great.
Полярно разные. Я бы хотел, чтобы все-таки команда была достаточно ровна. Если при этом нам еще удастся создать там, ярко выраженное первое звено, это вообще будет здорово.
Maybe you have wishes for the fans. What would you like to note or say?
Конечно, я хотел бы сказать, мне очень нравится и арена, и город, и, в общем-то, когда мы приезжали...
I would like to say that I like both the arena and the city. When we came here with the avant-garde, the arena was sold out. I talked with Evgeny Koreshkov. He said that people go to hockey, they like it. This largely depends on the game of the team, the results it gives. In my part, I will do my best to show the team results, a game that will be interesting to viewers.
Приложу все усилия, чтобы команда показывала результат, да, который будет интересен, и игра, которая будет интересна зрителям.
Many thanks to you. Good luck in the new season. Thank you. Coming up next, coach Olga Romaninskaya will share the reasons why swimming is incredibly popular in Almaty.
Оп. Пальцами зацепись. И оп. Когда ребенок приходит, есть такое понятие, как плавучесть.
It is evident who has good buoyancy or who has bad buoyancy immediately. This is not the most basic indicator. The conversation about big sports usually begins after 12 years old. It's for the boys. Girls start a little early, around 10, 11 years old. You can already see if a girl can be a great swimmer in the future or not.
Never before swimming sections were so popular in Kazakhstan. Balandin's victory at the Olympics is one of the reasons. 2 years have passed, but from that moment, a new trend appeared in Almaty. Children want to become professional swimmers.
Every parent wants his child to learn how to swim. In each group, we do not have more than 10 people. We can accept no more than 50 children every hour.
In addition, not every major city had a swimming pool before. Now the situation has improved noticeably. There is a variety of choice. However, one problem remains. Many do not withstand daily physical loads, and at one point, they just drop out of the sport.
There is not enough motivation in children. A lot depends on the parents, the environment, their coach, who will always motivate his athlete, will constantly say that he's the best, that he will succeed.
Swimming is a unique case. When with the help of physical exercise, you can simultaneously improve your health and have a good time. In any case, even if you do not plan to become the second Michael Phelps, the ability to swim is always useful in life.
Mostly the muscles of the shoulders and breasts, the muscles of the back are developing also very well. Swimming is useful for the prevention of scoliosis. The load on the spine is reduced and the child does not feel the same pressure as when he's standing. On a comment, all together loudly shout, "Hooray!"
The video of the week concludes our program. Today we are going to the Championship of Kazakhstan for parachuting. The sky near Almaty was decorated with dozens of multicolored domes. This is a special category of athletes, united by one desire: to soar in the sky.